And we are live for our AOV. Five of Spades versus... I'm getting a sort of feedback.
Feedback,
It's
yeah?
kind of loud.
Laggy.
Yeah.
That's why you're hearing
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm hearing
Same,
myself
same.
and actually
Me too.
having a hard time
It's like you're
talking.
getting delayed
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
like I'm
Same
getting
as
delayed
me.
or something. Okay. That's...
Hello? There's still a
There's
slight
still-
delay. But what can we do? Maybe we
What
can
can we do?
remove
Okay.
one part of the headset from our ear.
Okay,
so
okay.
anyway, let's get back into the intro. Yes, we're finally live here at AOV PPGL Qualifiers 1. Tonight, you're going to see the match between 5 of Spades, not 4 of Spades, right?
No, because that's a band.
Yeah, that's a band. This one is an AOV team, and they're going to be against enemy Xeltran Devils.
AOV, what has changed? I mean, we haven't really casted AOV
This is the first
way
PPGL
back.
for this year.
PPGL Season 2, I
Yeah,
think.
season 2. Indeed, I think it was last year when they had the season 1. And a lot has changed actually, apart from having a lot of new heroes.
Yeah.
Wherein I think there is now around 80 heroes in the current pool of AOV for MSP region, the Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines server.
Yeah.
A lot of change. I think it was just within the last 2 weeks wherein there are a lot of balances that were made to all of the heroes. It is very important in a Moba game wherein the hero has to be balanced, right?
Unless it's if it's meant to be abused, but at the same time, let's head into the draft. And I'm having a sort of delay.
Same as me. Hopefully it gets fixed. So if you can hear us as if we're lagging, we are indeed lagging, just in our ears. Well, anyway, yes. So a pretty easy ban here is that.
Yeah. And yeah, let's see. What are the bands here? I
You can
think
see here.
Ignis.
Ignis,
Timmy.
yes, Yorn and Murad on to the side of 5 of Spades. Let's just call them Voss maybe. And then on the side of EMY, enemy Xeltran Devils are Timmy, Kilen, and Elsu. I'm quite amazed how fast they are in terms of picking in here. Like we sort of have done much time on to explain why they have picked these heroes, why they're using this to counter this and that. But then again, you can see here how decisive these teams are.
Well, maybe they have set it up. Considering that they have all the time in the world to
Practice,
practice.
strategize, etc.
Yeah.
But so far, we can see here Rictor, Slims, Kuriknak, Kuresh, and Chognar. So far, 2 tank support on the lineup of Voss. And on the side of EMY, we can see here support. Most probably, this is going to be a support, Annette, and Kali is going to be on the mid. Well, and an ADC jungler, Violet, is going to be picked up here on the side of enemy Xeltran.
And yeah, I think for the side of the red team, considering that they have a Malok and a Wonder Woman,
That's too tanky, actually.
they're probably gonna go for those forced engages. And for the side here of the blue side, I might say they might want to stick with the poke composition.
Yeah, it seems
That's
like...
because they have the slims.
Yes. We'll have to see. It seems like you're right about that. 2 tanky heroes,
Yeah.
the Wonder Woman plus the Malok on the side of EMY. Seems like, in terms of clashes, they have the ability to gain more sustain and survive from that Slim's poke, the stuns, and of course the damage as well, the DPS.
And let's see. I mean, Annette, what does she bring?
What
to
does she
the
bring?
clashes
Of
or
course,
fights?
apart from, generically, we like Annette as a support. She can definitely protect the carry in terms of using her ultimate by, doving away this whoever might dive this Violet, which is one of the squishy heroes in the side of EMY, as well as the Kali. But let's head on to the battlefield. This is again 5 of Spades versus enemy Xeltran Devils.
And let's go for the team rundown. For the side here of 5 of Spades, going to be Hyphos on the Chogner. Hades as the Cricknack. Richter will be used by Reich or Nike. I didn't catch that, but okay. We're actually down in Ling Ling here, trying to go for the invade, but he's just gonna get pushed back.
This is what we have talked about a while ago. EMY team going for a very aggressive early rotation in here, wherein they have actually stolen that red buff on the side of 5 of Spades. It actually went on to the Violet, which is actually a good thing. We wanted Violet on the side of EMY to go online as early as possible. On the DS lane though, let's take a look. It is actually a Killen and a Wonder Woman on the top lane, and on the bottom part of the map, the Abyssal Dragon lane is the Malok, as well as I think it is a Crest. So very tanky heroes on the top lane as well as in the bottom lane, just right enough to provide defense, enough defense for anyway.
But hold, I thought here we see Ling Ling just using this spell to get out of harm's way, and yeah, I mean, we're actually seeing a contest here by the side of enemy Xeltran Devils. They're trying to poke them down, but still, they're just way too tanky, and no one was really near to go for a disable or something. So this is going to be an easy disengage.
It seems like the rotation here on the top lane will be led onto that Spirit Sentinel contest, and it seems like enemy Xeltran will successfully be able to take that down. Abyssal Dragon is now available, being contested by that Malok, and now no one from the side of 5 of Spades is actually in that area at the moment as well. Let's see though, the Crest is on the area. Let's see if Malok will be able to successfully, zone away that Crash, and I think he is successful.
And right now we're actually seeing Hyphos getting bursted down. Wow! Goodness, Lionheart there with the damage.
Wow, indeed. And score at the moment at this 2-minute game time is 0-1 in favor of EMY. Look at this. You can see the rotation of EMY, wherein they consistently try to steal even the neutral creeps or minions on the side of 5 of Spades, and they are starving them out.
You have to assert dominance if you want to go for a snowball, and this is what ESW is doing. But here comes Crash trying to fight this out using his ultimate, but Malok with a counter initiate. Hades on the back lines. He's trying to take down this, the range. Malok here just way too tacky, but right now Stifler, will he go in? No, he won't. And the teams right now are actually pretty patient in going for those
they can
takedowns.
go as patient as they want. First, you know what, this is one of the things, one of the most fundamental things that you have to take note when you are rotating. You have to make sure that all of the minion waves will go in favor of your team in such a way you're not giving away the kills to your opponent. So far, I think the rotation of EMY is working against 5 of Spades. It seems like the early objectives, they have secured it. Look at that 3k gold lead in favor of them early on.
And that is the Abyssal Dragon plus the invasions that they did earlier. That is the, that was the result of that. But here comes Malok trying to take down Hyphos. Is this a Chogner? Yes, this is the Chogner.
This is the Chogner and the Crest under their turret. You can see the consistency still of the red team cutting the creep wave. And I think it is a bad idea for 5 of Spades that they are not taking care of. There's this bottom lane wherein the Abyssal Dragon is actually on that area, and it looks like they have to give away this turret.
And technically they're actually giving away the Abyssal Dragon as well, because if you look at it, the heroes from the side of 5 of Spades is kind of scattered around the map.
Yes, it seems like, did they forget about this bottom lane?
Oh,
I'm not
got
sure.
it here. Gonna get initiated upon, and that will be a pick off the range. Using the maximum range of his ultimate to get that kill.
And the Lionheart on the Kali, not even ganked at all by the blue team in the middle lane. One of the, Kali is a mage that is not that mobile, and I think 5 of Spades Five of Spades could have taken opportunity in ganking that hero in the middle lane, but apparently they didn't do that. EMY team has been consistently clearing all of the waves. You know, they prioritize the bottom lane, which is the most important lane at early game time to be able to contest easily that Abyssal Dragon area.
But look at the damage coming out from Cricknack. Hades here trying to take down the range. The range here, you going for the regen, and he's trying to fight this. Man, fight this out, and I do think that one more hit will do it.
There you
Cricknack
go.
will get the kill on the Malok.
Apparently, the Malok didn't have this, his skill available to provide or give him shield, or there were no creeps at all, you know, for him to be able to get the kill. But meanwhile, on the top lane, we can see a 1v1 ongoing.
And here comes the duel for the top laners. I do think that Wonder Woman has the upper hand here, and the lasso of what do you call it? Lasso of the truth.
Yeah, she does wonder. But anyway, I think the red team has just taken once again that Abyssal Dragon in the bottom lane. Right now, actually, just for your information, in the live server, there's currently a bug in here where the Abyssal Dragon and the Dark Slayer counters are not updating, as well as the turrets. You can see here, it's just 0-0 on the top lane. And yeah, I think the red team has just successfully contested that area, and they were able to secure it.
Yeah, but right now, here we see Crest trying to contest this again. He's not really trying to give anything here for the side of Xeltran, but still, Xeltran wants more kills. Chogner here, almost falling very low. Ling Ling on the backline. She's trying to take down Apollo. Apollo can't really poke if there's a Wonder Woman in front of him, but Wonder Woman overextended a lot, and here comes the pain. But he got the kill on the slips. But Chogner thinks otherwise. He will get the revenge kill on the middle lane. Near the middle lane, Stifler will probably survive that.
Yes,
Okay.
and while that was happening in the top lane and middle lane, you can see the Malok basically just free farming and pushing that bottom lane with no defense at all from the side of the blue team. Five of Spades. What is happening? The prioritization apparently on the side of Five of Spades has, you know, has become like questionable.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that was a 4v5. That was a 4v5 skirmish. So if you think about it, Malok should have been there. Malok is the tankier hero rather than the, what you call this, the Wonder Woman. So if you think about it, they lost two heroes. That was a 2-for-2 exchange, but that was a 4v5 situation.
Yes,
that was a
indeed.
very bad position for the side of Five of Spades to actually lose out those heroes when they have the numbers advantage. And looking at the net worth, it actually translates into that, because 23k to 15k, that's big. That's like 2 or 3 items in favor of the side of enemy Xeltran Devils.
Definitely, and of course, the turrets will give more goals in that part. Anyway, looks like there's a poke ongoing here, but looks like they're going to discontinue. You can see how EMY is currently focused on all of the lanes at the moment, but in particular, the top lane looks like they want to get the secure one turret. There goes the ultimate coming out from the Grant, going for the back lane as well. Stifler, though, being so mobile, will be able to find a better position, trying to hit more damage, and of course, burst down the heroes of Five of Spades. Looks like they will be able to take down this Tier 1 turret on the top lane. Plus, looks like in the bottom lane, Malok is still persistent on trying to get that push.
Okay. So right now, we're actually seeing the range just soloing, not really caring, but the Dark Slayer will be tried here by the side of enemy Xeltran Devils.
Contested.
No contest from the side of Five of Spades, rather. And,
It's going to be hard in case they would want to risk on trying to contest that area. Apart from not having enough golden equipment for them to fight against these heroes in the red team, you know, it's too far away. It's the map control, let us admit it is on the side of EMY at the moment.
For sure, 100%. The map control is on the side of ESW. I do agree with that. And looking at this, they're trying to take down Ling Ling, but Ling Ling here, using the lasso of truth to get Reich, and Richter here might actually go down. Yes, he will. But here comes the flank coming out from the Annette. Let us see Chogner. He's trying to tank everything out. Crest here doesn't have his ultimate. He's not popping it for some reason. For some weird reason,
there
but
you
the
go.
double kill burst down from the Violet.
Wow, that is the power of the Violet. You can see how well protected she is given that a net support plus of course 2 tanky heroes to do the front line, and there you go. This is gonna go down. Inhibitor turret plus 1 more kill in favor of the red team. No Cricknap. What are you doing? Diving onto 5 members on a red
Desperation
team.
move. Technically desperation move, and they will get this win. 1-0 favoring the side of ESW.
10-minute
And
game
wow.
time. It is very fast. You can see, we can say that the rotation on the side of red team really worked out
Yeah.
against how the blue team prioritized their laning.
Yeah, and can I just say that the blue side was probably outclassed by the side of ESW. 5 of Spades, they had a good draft, but at the same time, if your enemies are just way above you in terms of planning, they're just gonna get the win, and that's the thing about AOV. You need to plan everything a step ahead.
Yes, and of course, I think it mattered on how you will plan your team will be against your opponent, like the overall composition. If your opponent has the squishy composition, you can opt for a very aggressive composition, the dive composition. Let's look at the highlight in here. This is actually an unfortunate thing that happened to the Malok, and here's another fight that we can see. I think this is where Ling Ling overextended, but was able to get 1 kill from the side of 5 of Spades.
Look at the level of Slims at this stage of the game. 6 minutes in at level 5.
Yep.
That says a lot.
Compared to the levels that you can see here on the side of the red team. Here you can see Crash diving in, but apparently, although there is limbs on the back lane, you can see there is definitely just not enough damage for them to take
Almost
down
always.
the heroes on the side of the red team, EMY.
Yeah, and if you would consider it, look at this. Reich just getting bursted down, and I do think that's a beautiful. After this is going to be the beautiful play coming out from the Violet, the 2-man burst. Look
Yep.
at that, trying to go for. Was that her ultimate? I think that was her ultimate.
Yes, of course. After he dodges an ability, she will get that double damage from her normal attacks, and of course add the ultimate, and of course the range. Of course, being a marksman, well protected by these 2 tanks and the support as well. Plus, of course, he got the gold lead. They got the equipment.
Yeah.
What can you ask? What do you expect?
What do you expect? I mean, yeah, the gold lead was just way too much. 2,
Yeah,
3,
it was
4
massive.
items ahead of
Yep.
5 of Spades, and that says a lot for the side of ESW.
Yes.
But 5 of Spades, they shouldn't be what do you call this? Scared or like disheartened by this. This is a BO3.
Yep, this is a best of 3 match. Definitely, there is still chance for 5 of Spades to catch up. And anyway, this is qualifiers 1. We still got qualifiers 2. That's gonna happen next week Friday. So in case you don't make it, you don't pass here on the first qualifier, you still have a chance to, I think re-register. I'm not too sure if it's still gonna open. Not too sure.
It's probably still gonna open because the teams, some of the teams can't really join right now. So
Yep.
if your team can't join or you just found out about this tournament, I do think that you can just register next time. And I do think Liab is playing right now.
One of
What
the
are the notable teams? that are
notable
playing
teams
right
are
now for the
play
Philippines?
notable teams. Yeah, actually, one is Team Liab, Bren Esports, of course.
Oh yeah, leather goods in the
Bren Esports, and included in what happened in our okay.
Okay, it's just
Included in another
down.
tournament that's happening as well are Team KDA, Celestials, and Team Kidlat.
if there's Liab,
If there's
Kidlat.
Liab, there's Kidlat.
okay, nice.
Okay, thought about the other terms. or
Eurasia
team
Superfly.
names. Eurasia Superfly, I think we might see them here, but I think on the other tournament they are not there. But I think ESF together with EMY are one of the secondary or part of the top tier teams as well. Probably top 10 are very active in the community of AOV.
So there are a lot of teams to look out for, especially Liab. Just considering
Yes.
the what do you call this? The partnerships they have and
Yep.
just Globe.
With Globe,
With
right?
Globe there, right
Okay,
over
partnered
there.
with PPGL as
And,
well. Thank you so much.
It it says a lot. I think Liab is the former Maxbox Gaming, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And,
And there were former Will as well. Will
Former
Gaming.
Will. And at the same time, I think Peace Boy was a former player of
of
Bren.
Bren Esports, and now he is the coach of Team Liab.
Okay, so a lot of our
It
players.
happens.
It happens.
It
It
happens
happens.
on any games, on any tournaments. It happens when you have to change teams, reshuffle just to balance things out and make things work for your team. Well, anyway, that said, again, this is groups. This is not yet the group stage. This
Yeah.
is qualifiers number 1. Qualifiers number 2 is gonna happen next week, Friday, and after that, the following weeks, March 23 and 24, consecutively. Where that is when it's gonna happen. The group stage A and B. And what is the prize pool in here? It is actually 400,000 pesos, and champion will take home.
The champion will take home 200,000 pesos. Second place will be 100,000 pesos. Third place and fourth place, 500,000 pesos. No, 50,000 pesos. Why?
More than
the champion. More than the champion. Wow.
I'd like to be on that place
And more-
if that's gonna happen.
Actually, it's more than the prize pool.
Yeah, you're right. That's going to be.
Well, yeah, that's. I would actually prefer going third place and fourth place
If
if
that
that would happen.
happens.
But yeah, I mean, AOV, we haven't really heard a lot about the community. I mean, not really saying that it's not really dead. If
It's
per
not
se.
dead. You
It's
know
not
what?
dead. The community is still active.
Still active. I think you could say they're low profile.
Yeah, low
or
profile.
They're not that too noisy, but you can see multinationally, especially in other countries in particular, like Thailand and Singapore, Malaysia as well.
Yeah.
The crowd is massive.
The crowd is massive, and I do think that AOV is the top mobile Moba
Yeah.
in the whole world, the rest of the world rather.
Right.
And considering AOV, what are the things that has been changed since PPGL season 2? Because the last time I casted AOV was probably
I think
PPGL
last
season
year
2.
was
Yeah.
it last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, well, anyway, some of the things that changed in there is that, in particular, Ignis was nerfed. So in the ranked
I
games as
remember.
well as in professional tournaments, before you can see him getting picked or getting banned as well. But now, it's like he's not there anymore. Like, you don't really have to ban him out.
At the same time, Five of Spades did ban him earlier.
Oh, yeah. That's why you have to read patch
Yes,
notes.
yeah.
That's why you have to read. It's like you're going to waste a ban opportunity if you ban out a hero that is actually nerfed already
Yeah.
or might not work in a professional scenario. So I think to everyone out there, read patch notes.
Read
That's
patch
what I
notes.
could say. And I think other things that changed that, Thane, the very tanky support, he's not getting picked now, but I think he could still work. It's just that there are more new heroes at the moment
Yep.
that is more viable in picking rather than this Thane. But I'm not saying that Thane is not a good option. He's still a good option. It's just that you have to be, you could prioritize more better
Because
support.
the thing about these heroes sometimes is they're not really bad, but there are other heroes that
Yep.
do better than him.
You're right,
So
right.
anything is possible with the proper combination, or if you can like cover up the weaknesses of the hero,
Correct.
you can use it. But at the same time, if there's a better hero in terms of what he's doing, you might want to opt for the better hero.
Yeah, why would you choose a lesser hero if there's a better one that is available?
Yeah.
And yes, again, guys, this is PPGL AOV qualifiers 1 in partnership with Glow. Do share the live stream, guys. Let other people know about what's happening in this tournament. And then again, this by next week, we still have qualifiers 2 that's gonna happen. We're finding the top 4 teams for this
Top 4.
qualifiers 1.
Yeah, and we've mentioned the top teams earlier, but at the same time,
we're not saying
we're not
that
saying
they're not
that
gonna
they're
secure
automatically
this place.
gonna secure it for this qualifier, but there's a high chance.
High chance indeed, especially.
We don't really know if there's another team that's gonna come out of the blue and just take everything away from these teams.
Especially that esports is growing in the Philippines. There are a lot of players and teams that is taking this thing seriously. You know, they
Yeah.
train, they do research. I know a lot of professional teams. Of course, I know you do too. They invest in boot camps, not just the cell
Yeah.
phones and the internet connection. But anyway, I
Training.
think the teams are ready, so we're heading on to our drafting phase on this round 2 match between enemy Xeltran Devils and Five of Spades.
And look at that ban.
Valheim ban. It seems like enemy Xeltran is no, they didn't block. It is an Elsu ban. Actually, did you know that Elsu
Is
is one of the top ban heroes for the past few tournaments that is happening in the community of AOV? Why this Elsu? Actually, a lot of reasons apart from this. Apart from the damage that he can deal, he can actually set sentinels or traps that could, you know, become the ward for his teams.
And that's the thing about mobile games. Some mobile games don't really have
Yeah,
this
correct.
ward,
Ward.
like warding system. So having that certain hero that can just put it there, then just give you vision, you don't
Right.
even have to go for a face check.
Ooh.
And sometimes going for face checks is bad, to be honest.
Right.
Like,
especially if you're a squishy one,
Yeah.
right? But having a ward system or device, which is the sentinel for that Elsu, it is very useful. So it's a good thing the enemy Xeltran Devils banned it out. But here we go again, Five of Spades banning out the Ignis, which is not really a threat at all in the current meta of AOV.
Okay,
So there you go.
Chogner getting
Chogner
banned, Mirror
being
getting
banned.
banned, and Zuka here probably gonna get picked by the side of ESW. Oh, they will go for the Sengyal, and I
They
do
will
think that's
go.
a better pick. To be honest, last what do you call this? Last season, Sengyal was getting picked left and right, and right now I'm actually seeing him again. I'm getting
Are you happy about that?
a little.
Well, anyway, it will still matter on the overall composition of the team. Well, anyway, we can see here EMY banning out the Chognar. It seems like they're planning out with a composition that has a lot of crowd control. So we can see here Timmy getting picked by ESW Zeus. Timmy, we know he can definitely provide stuns for his teams, and of course, if that connects, it is a good opportunity for his teammates to go dive in and provide burst and DPS
Okay.
against their opponents.
Timmy here is the one who revives his teammates, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting the hang of it again. Grak.
No.
Okay. Thane. This is what you said.
Oh, we have
this is
just
what you
been
told.
talking about
yeah,
the thing.
This is what you were talking about earlier.
Oh,
Thane here
no.
will get picked. What do you think? Okay.
What do I think?
What do you think about the
they're-
Thane? Do they have like good, what do you call this, good synergy with this? Does he have good synergy with this lineup or something?
I'm sensing something bad about here. Not really about the Thane, but the composition that Five of Spades picked here, wherein they have actually picked the Maganga. Maganga, we know that it's a mage support, but you know the mobility is just not just enough. And the Thane being the lone tank on the side, tank support on the side of Five of Spades, I think it's a pretty... I'm trying to imagine what kind of rotation they're gonna plan. So they got a Lubu. Definitely the Lubu is gonna be the side laner who will focus on the Darkslayer lane. They got the Nakroth, which is probably going to be the jungler for the team. We know Nakroth actually Nakroth is one of the top I think he's one of the top banned heroes in here. If he rotates well, if he gets his jungle fast, he can definitely, you know, kill any squishy heroes from their opponents.
Yeah.
But you can see here, enemy Xeltran, I think, picked a very tanky marksman. You know, I didn't see the hero algo, but I think I saw a very tanky mark. We'll see in the loading screen or later on. So I think Nakroth might not work out as well. But anyway, I'm not judging the skills of the players here. It's
depends.
just that the composition wise, I think they have to.
I mean, I'm getting what you're saying, Kaisaya. You don't really see the Nakroth getting enough support, you know, from his teammates here to actually snowball. So if you're an assassin, you might want to go for the snowball route, but Kaisaya is just saying that she can't see the potential here for the Nacroth. But let's see.
Yep.
There might be something that Five of Spades, a plan probably that they have on their sleeves, and just
Here
go with it.
we go. A very aggressive rotation once again by Team EMY. They're stealing all of the jungles on the top, on the bottom side of the map of Five of Spades, and not even scared at all. They actually took the buff into neutral crypts in the jungle, but actually we can see here, good thing that Nacroth is actually still trying to steal the blue buff on the side of EMY as well.
And it's ESW just realizing that they have the better level 1 potential to get kills. So that's why they just went in even without thinking about it. Seniel here will just go against Alubu. And we are actually seeing a lot of Seniel going solo just because if he gets his ultimate early,
Yep.
he can just go in and out of the fight.
Actually,
easily.
yes, indeed. But Daniel has to make sure that his waves are cleared before he goes ultimate to his teammates of Flashes, because he is actually against a Lubu on the top lane, and Lubu, we know he is a good side laner as well.
But hold, I thought we're actually having a skirmish here. Zeus and Hades. Well, wow. The brothers, the God brothers here are actually going at it against each other, and that's going to be a double kill. Chrissy. Wow.
And I think the blue team is going to rotate on the top lane just to basically help that Seniel as well. But I think they're gonna opt for this buff. For the meantime, the Spirit Sentinel, this will give out a little bit of more sustain for whoever picks that that monster.
Okay, Lionheart here just being successful onto the middle lane, but here comes Stain trying to take down Stifler. Stifler here getting she was trying to control Stifler, but there was no follow-up there for the team. But here comes the Calvary trying to help his teammate, but he will still go down. Stain here, not very tanky as of the moment, but Ghana will go down as well. Oh my goodness, what's happening here for the side of Five of Spades?
From the Seniel, at least Stifler was able to, you know, still survive. We can see him having low HP already. And it's a good thing that before the Seniel teleports to his teammates, the waves on the top lane was cleared already. And look at that, Lubu wasn't even able to push or at least do some damage against the top lane turret.
Okay, Apollo getting caught out. This is the Yorn. He will just go down, and that's an easy pick-off. Look at the rotations coming out here from the side of ESW. It's just way too perfect.
And I think it's because they know which lanes to prioritize. Like when they see that the Abyssal Dragon's already available, they would go for that lane, and we can see an all-alone Thane in here, saved by the Bell is Stifler, and he will be using his ultimate to gain that shield. Zeus trying to do the protection. Oh, being poisoned out by the Maganga. He will not survive.
At least they got a kill out of that, and Thane just using everything on his arsenal. But it was the team he had superior level, so he has his ultimate. He used it on himself, and it's gonna be easy for him to get out of.
You know, it's more, you just have to sacrifice sometimes. At least your carry didn't die on that fight in the bottom lane. But anyway, it's 6-1 score at the moment at 4-minute game time, and the gold lead is in the hands of the blue team as well. In the middle lane, it seems like we have a fight ongoing, but Nacroth will be going inside. I can see a dead Crixie in here, but hey, what is happening on the camera? Apparently we cannot see that.
But Lubu here having the time of his life, just staying there, and this is the same thing that happened earlier. Rourke here trying to take down Nike. Nike here trying to use his skills to get out of harm's way. He will try to fight this, trying to use his ultimate. Zeus, on the other hand, will go for the stun. Seniel here will just go for the follow-up, but it's Teamy that will get the kill.
Yeah, the last hit it is. And in the bottom lane, you can see Telana's all alone, while these two members from the blue team takes this tier 1 turn the top lane down. And, you know, we have to admit, this is going in favor so far of the blue team now that their rotations are working well.
Okay, I actually admit that this is a massacre coming out from the side of ESW. I'm not really saying that Five of Spades is out. Problem is, all of the things that enemy Xeltran Devils is doing right now is calculated.
well
calculated.
And let's see here, a 1v1 against. We don't normally would want to see this. I mean, this is a waste of time if they go for a 1v1. Well, anyway, Zeus will be going out of that fight anyway, and will just basically help Stifler on that Spirit Sentinel. And we didn't see on the bottom lane.
Senyo actually getting a kill. Wow.
Yep.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. And he's all alone in the bottom lane at the moment. But Timmy coming in to the rescue in case someone dies. But I don't think that Senyal's gonna go die easily. Look at
Not
that
by a
level.
long shot.
No, level 8. I mean, the levels are. There's a huge gap on the level difference at the moment.
And right now, Kratos, Abyssal Dragon Kratos is just gonna go down to the hands of Rourke. And here comes a two-man knock-up. Here comes the damage coming out here from the side of ESW. Apollo trying to run away, but you are a Yorn. What mobility skills do you have? None.
Just a flicker. Just
None
a flicker.
whatsoever, aside from the flicker.
But of course, getting dived in with a stun, you'll not be able to escape. You'll be burst down with the damage from the Crixie, as well as the Anas and the Morin.
And yeah, I mean, just having this momentum going up against Five of Spades, I do think that ESW here will try to aim for more turrets here onto the middle lane, but they will just rotate, trying to get all the Sage buffs. I think the success of ESW comes from all the buffs that they get. They just peel it left and right, and that's a problem for the side of Five of Spades. Here comes a two-man knockup, but they're trying to fight this. Lionheart will go down. That is another kill going to the side of Five of Spades. Apollo, on the other hand, is gonna get chased down, and you don't have a flicker yet.
Wow.
Wow.
Ling Ling getting that double kill plus easy. Oh, even Stifler. And of course, easy rotation in here. Even though they will lose creeps here, Ling Ling on the Anas with his first skill will be able to take this turret down. Because of course, we know that the skill 1 of Ling Ling on that Anas will give her an increase in terms of range. So that is an advantage. Look at these two range heroes on the side of EMY. And of course, the DPS that they have will allow them to easily take down turrets.
Yeah, and Lionheart, on the other hand, he's just doing so well. Like, the damage output coming out from him, once you see the Chrissy just throwing out the skills, the knockups, two-man knockups, probably three-man knockups as well. How do you stop ESW from actually making these plays? They have the momentum. They're on their comfort zones.
We can see here Rourke, Ling Ling, and Lionheart on the Crixie going for the Dark Slayer now. I thought the range is gonna die in the bottom lane where there were 4 members against him, but he was still able to escape. And now Might Golem will be able to be stolen by Stifler.
But Nike, Lubu trying to fight everyone. A two-man knockup in here. Comes the burst. Oh my goodness, ESW is just going at it left and right. Thane just trying to get something out of that, but bloodbath for that.
Do you know where they are having a boot camp?
Okay, where?
In
Where?
Kaisaya Gamers.
Okay, Kaisaya Gamers, the best place on earth. It's better than Disneyland. Kaisaya Gamers is better than Disneyland. It's the happiest place on earth.
Well, anyway, on the top lane, you can see it's all empty now. No more turrets on the side of Five of Spades. And looks like this is gonna be it. 2-0 in favor of EMY.
And that beatdown from ESW is brought to you by Kaisaya Gamers, the happiest place on earth. Five of Spades,
Proof.
they are eliminated. And wow, is Aquaman part of that team?
Yes.
Oh, it's Boss
Stifler.
Aquaman. What's up?
That's Stifler.
That's Stifler. Okay,
Shout
Stifler.
out to you guys. And
Wow.
yeah, congratulations to EMY or Xeltran Devils for winning that best of 3 match.
Okay, so for everything that happened here into the series, ESW was just well prepared.
Well prepared.
Like, everything that Five of Spades threw at them, they were just ready for it and they faced it head on. not really caring about anything or their tankiness or their skills. They just go in and out like nothing happens.
I think what they did here is that they took advantage of their winning conditions. You know, they got two marksmen on their lineup, the Rourke as well as the Tel-Anas, and they got just the right support, Timmy as well, who can revive anytime he wants. And you know, early game time, we saw them just basically stealing all the neutral monsters as well
Yeah.
as the buff on the side of their opponent. And whenever this abyssal dragon goes available, like the counter goes like 10 seconds before this abyssal dragon Kratos goes up, you know, they will rotate on that lane. They will help that lane try to contest that area early on, you know, basically obliterate all their opponents away from that area as well for them to be able to take it. And they, you know, they basically took advantage of it.
And the thing about it is, Five of Spades here wants to protect Apollo, wants to protect the Yorn. But the tanks, what can you do when you can't even protect yourself? That's the burst coming out from Xeltran Devils, and we have to give a lot of props here for Lionheart and what do you call this? Deranged.
Yeah. Plus
The two-man knockups were just way too good, and it opened up a lot of plays here coming out from the side of ESW, and that gave them the convincing win.
Yeah. Plus again, I think the Maganga didn't really work out.
It doesn't really work out.
I'm not saying because he's not part of the meta, but you know, the kid, he lacks mobility.
Yeah.
And you know, just like Yorn, he didn't really have that escape tool for just the flicker, just
Yeah.
like we said a while ago. So
I mean, it might have worked if ever they controlled ESW, because Maganga, if the enemy team gets controlled, he adds more control to that. But the thing about it is, if you would rely on the Maganga to, you know, just control the enemy heroes, it's not gonna work, because technically he will get obliterated once the
Yeah.
enemy gets in front of him. And I do think that the lineup here for the side of ESW has a lot of reach. So once
Yeah.
they catch him, it's bye-bye. It's go time.
It's definitely bye-bye. Imagine two rage heroes on the side of PMY against really squishy heroes on the side of Five of Spades. So anyway, Five of Spades will still be able to join qualifiers too, I think, if
Yeah.
they did register for that, or if the registration will go back open. So, you know, just try it again.
Yeah,
Keep
try
on
again.
trying.
Keep on trying. Who knows? Maybe you'll figure out something from joining
Yes.
qualifiers number 1,
And
take
read-
it to qualifier number 2, and win qualifier number 2.
And
Who
read
knows?
patch notes.
Read patch notes, please.
Read patch notes and updates. Yeah. Again, the Ignis ban is not necessary at all.
Okay.
You know, even
It's
if you
situational, but it's not really top priority.
not really the top priority. Indeed.
But I do think we're gonna head into a
Yeah.
short break
Yep,
first
I think.
before we head on to our next series. So we will actually show the
Will we
brackets
show the brackets?
after.
after.
But let's head on to a very short break. I am Butters, the official product of PH Esports, and you're Kaisaya. What's your tagline?
Tagline: Kaisaya Gaming Esports, the happiest place on earth, just like Kaisaya.
I'm actually okay.
Are we gonna say the bye bye?
Okay,
Okay, go
I
ahead.
actually okay.
You started
now
with
you
that.
have to really you have to give me a jacket now. Like
For that,
seriously,
for that,
the tagline,
for the
Kaisaya
tagline.
Gamer Zone, the happiest place on earth.
The happiest
More
place
than
for,
Disneyland.
for players.
For years.
Well, anyway, I think that's it, guys. So we're going to take a short break.
Yeah.
Later on, you're going to catch more teams to watch. I think we still got 3 series. So yeah, that's it. We're your casters. I'm Kaisaya.
I'm Butters, and we will be back. Don't go away. Grab something to eat. We'll see you later.